Hello, everyone. Welcome back to episode 2 in our 2025 so far series. Today, last week we talked about auditing and analyzing H1, and we hope that the questions we shared were useful to you. Today, we're looking ahead, looking into H2, and drawing from our lessons from H1, looking into H2 and deciding how can we make H2 work? How can we make H2 better than H1? And today we're going to share a framework which isn't fluff, but this is a framework that works.
Yeah.
It's a framework that is going to help you really crystallize how to be better in H2. It's just work. We're trying not to take it too seriously.
But really, it is your career and you need to take ownership of it.
Yes, so welcome back to the series, and this week's episode is going to be focused on the framework we have titled the CARE model. CARE as in CARE. So obviously, like the name says, is a 4-part model, CARE, that will help you power through H2 and power your career through H2 2025. Okay, so we're going to alternate the acronyms, and I'll start with the C.
Okay.
But before we dig in or get in, Bukola, do you have anything to add?
What I'll just add is clearly we still have a good opportunity to maximize the rest of the year.
Absolutely.
And don't if you haven't even, like, maybe H1 was you were just trying to survive, that's okay. And you didn't even get through to even checking your goal list anymore or something, or your goals and all that, it's okay. But all we're just trying to do is just encourage you, and just get you to, like, just take that small step, take this, you don't have to do so much, but just take that small step and just know that there's still so much you can achieve this year.
Yeah.
And that's really what we're trying to, want to do with this episode.
Yeah,
basically.
Absolutely. And just to add to that, I remember years ago in one of the gyms I used to use in Lagos, one of the trainers had said, "Oh, me and my inconsistency." One of the trainers had said to me then that he doesn't see me as often as he would like to. And he said something that I would never forget. He said, "See, you don't have to come here every day and spend an hour, 30 minutes. He said, if you come here every day and spend 45 minutes, it's better than coming every 2 days, every other 3 days, or stuff like that. He said, consistency is key.
True.
And to Bukola's point, sometimes it's about the small steps. Sometimes it's not about this big thing we do, spending 2 hours in the gym. Sometimes it's just these small steps, consistency, and hopefully that's what the CARE model will help you. Will help you with. So, starting with the first letter in the acronym CARE is C. C stands for clarify your career objectives. Remember, this is just talking about H2 is not just talking about life generally. It's talking about powering your career through the rest, the H2, the remaining part of 2025. So CARE stands for clarify your career objective. What does success look like by December 2025? Only you can answer that question.
Only you.
In your career, knowing what your personal life is like, what your education is, what your experience is, what your skills and expertise are, what does success look like by 2025? If I were to answer that question, it's something that I said last week, which is, for instance, I will want to be lecturing maybe 3 courses, a class of 20 per class. That's what success would look like to me. I'm not a full-time professor, so I'm not looking to have, a class of 100, for instance. So for me, knowing my level of expertise, knowing my experience, that's what success would look like to me. So you have to answer that question truthfully. Now, in answering that question truthfully, avoid vague goals like I want to grow. You want to grow. Okay. To
Everybody
what?
wants to.
Yeah. Instead, say things like, I want to move into a senior HR business partner role. So maybe today you're an HR advisor or you're an HR business partner. By December 2025, I want to become a senior HR business partner. It's a clear, definite goal.
Yeah.
I want to transition into tech as a project or product manager. Maybe today you're a product manager in a manufacturing industry or in pharmaceutical.
Yeah.
And for you, success would look like by the end of the year would be transitioning into tech. So you have to be clear. Another example is, I want to earn a certification and get a new offer. So like Bukola said, which I'm going to hold her accountable to, is, in December when we gather to have our Christmas party, I'm going to ask her, how far your employment law certification?
And I put it out there. I gotta do it.
And trust me, I will shame, blame, and drag her.
That one I will take. As long as it's not weight loss, I'm going to shame you on, because that one.
Who am I to shame you on weight loss? Never. So what are some tools that are going to be useful? Have a vision board. I'm so grateful to God for my friends. At the beginning of this year, we gathered 3 of us and we all created our vision boards and whatnot. It's on my desk every day when I'm working, no matter how frustrating the work gets. I look up to my vision board and it just energizes me. When I'm losing focus, it energizes me to say, at the beginning of the year, these are the things you had envisioned to do. So a vision board helps. SMART goals help. Remember, SMART is specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound.
Yeah.
Please, it's just 6 months. There's just so much you can do in 6 months. Don't go creating unrealistic, unachievable things, right?
Yeah.
Write a future you LinkedIn bio. Look at your LinkedIn bio today. Look at what it says, right? When you do achieve these things you want to achieve by December, what would your LinkedIn bio change into? Write it now, today. One thing I'm going to say is, clarity is the beginning of all momentum.
Absolutely.
Right? For you to gain momentum, you are clear on what it is you want to achieve. Exactly. So that's what the C stands for. Okay, Bukola.
Thank you, Deacon. That just really sets, it sets us in motion, in this, care model and what we're talking about. I'll take the A, which is the next one, and that speaks to auditing your current reality. So audit your current reality. And as the name, goes, basically here you're doing around, okay, where am I now? Where do I need to be? Or what do I want to be? Or who do I want to be? But you get what I mean. But it's basically looking at where you are now and then what, and where you need to be. And then when you audit that, and then just, truthfully, of course, and just being reflective as to, okay, really being honest with yourself and not, a talk, like coffee chat with yourself. What does that look like right now? And then when you're able to, map that out, then you assess or audit, okay, what is lacking? What is not, what are those things that are missing right now that, that is holding me back from achieving this reality or achieving where I want to be or who I want to be and all that. So whether it's your skills, maybe mindset, maybe something, limiting belief, for example, maybe it's your location or where you are at the moment, maybe it's your current organization, maybe it's the network that you're in right now. But basically just, take a look at all of that, like, okay, what's that thing holding me back? Or, and it can come across in all of this, this thing I just mentioned. But then when you do that, and you find out, okay, these are the things that are holding me back. Now, do another common form of assessment saying that, okay, so with what I have now, right? What are those things that I have now that actually I can start from or I need to do? So we'll call them assets. So what are your assets? And asset, I don't mean I don't mean, a house or something, that is, that will qualify as a physical asset or something. I'm saying skills. I'm saying what are the wins or what are the things that you're really good at? Your network, the people around you, the connections that you have, your experiences that you've garnered, like really what are those assets. And like I said, it can come in any of this form. And that's what I really can help you in just auditing your current reality. And to help you sort of get like some tools that can help you with this, of course, is SWOT. I'm sure we all know what SWOT means. Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So that can that's a tool that can also help you with that. And if it's about maybe limiting beliefs, or maybe it's about maybe skills or experience or whatever, even maybe just speaking to one or two colleagues or people who are close to you to help you just tell you some certain things about yourself, or like things that, or maybe areas that you feel you can improve on, which can help you in assessing what is holding you back and what you need to do better, to help you get to that reality that you're looking forward to.
Yeah.
So basically, I think, definitely, again, this step is about auditing, or this part of the model is about auditing your current reality. I think that's, so all of this things I believe would help you to, achieve that part of auditing your current reality.
Absolutely. I was just going to add that this will not work if you're not going to be sincere, and this will not work if you're going to be defensive about feedback.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So sincerity is so important.
Yeah.
And I'll leave it at that. Okay. So moving on to the R in the CARE model. R stands for Reposition for visibility and opportunity. Reposition for visibility and opportunity. Polish your digital footprint. LinkedIn, your online portfolio, your resume, your CV, polish it. See, there's a popular saying, something about fake it till you make it. Call the things that be not
as though they were.
Listen,
preach, sister.
listen.
Preach,
Call
preach.
forth you. Call. You know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Like, gas yourself up online. Polish your LinkedIn profile. Polish your CV. Polish your online portfolio. Use catchy words. Talk about mundane things like it was the best invention. Talk about your work. Personal brand is not equal to bragging. There is a difference between bragging and personal branding. Talk about what you've done. See, if you don't sing your own praises, no one else will. So talk about your achievements, push your personal brand. Don't think it's cringe. It's not. For the longest time, we used to say we live in a gig economy. Now we live in a content economy. We live in a content economy. Like, everybody is online. Everybody, no matter what it is you do in terms of your core business, if you don't have like an online presence, pushing some form of content, I don't know, you're just lagging behind.
Yeah, you are.
So please talk about your work, push your personal brand, join communities. There are different communities on Slack, WhatsApp groups, online forums, micro mentorships. There are different platforms that you can join to reposition for visibility and opportunities. People are out there. I mean, just a couple minutes ago, we had some of our friends come in. And they were just talking to us about different things that people are doing. But you and Bukola and I didn't know a lot of that. But you wouldn't know this one if you're not interacting with the right communities, if you're not interacting with the right spaces. So please join communities, open yourself up. Excuse me, Telegram groups, WhatsApp groups, Slack groups, LinkedIn groups and communities. There's so many interesting things that people are doing that can help reposition you for visibility and opportunity. And then the last point here is be discoverable. I think for a long time, a lot of us felt like, let our work speak for us. I don't want to be out there, where, or let me speak for myself. I was never posting on social media. I was this like shadowy person, stealth. It did not lead me anywhere. Be discoverable. Let people know who you are. Speak write, teach, post. Speak, write, teach, post.
Yeah.
Yes, everybody is writing on LinkedIn. So what? Be the 1 millionth person writing.
Absolutely.
Everybody is carrying a microphone. Okay. Be the one millionth person carrying a microphone.
Yeah.
You have to be discoverable. People are not going to know that person who isn't posting, who just has a name. But they're going to know, oh, I remember her face from being a podcast guest or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember she spoke at XYZ Masterclass.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember her LinkedIn post. It resonated with me. So please be discoverable. Use your voice, use your words, use your writing, and be out there. Let people know who you are. So what are some useful tools? LinkedIn. As cringe as we now say LinkedIn is so useful.
Yeah.
Facebook never went away.
True.
Instagram.
True.
Twitter. X.
Yeah.
These are useful tools to amplify your voice. Weekly networking tracker. I know someone who, she was trying to get a job, and every week she made sure she attended at least 2 networking events.
Wow.
She had a tracker. Career Brag Bank. Career Brag Bank. A folder of screenshots, stats, compliments, metrics. I remember last week when I said one of my wins was, the positive feedback that I got from my students in my lecturing job and whatnot. And I will always keep those,
for sure,
those screenshots. People just saying how my class was fantastic, a lot of concepts that they didn't understand, they got to understand in my class. Because when I need to show receipts about the work that I've done, when I need to speak to my expertise online, there's just so much that I can say. I want to show people what the receipts I've received in the past, the compliments, the accolades I've received in the past. So I'll say these are some of the tools that would help you in repositioning for visibility and opportunity.
Yeah, thank you, Dekem. I think that was really, really fully packed. Thank you for sharing, that piece around, building visibility and all of that. So I'm going to talk about the last E. Well, not like there was any E, but the last, the fourth one of the care model, which is execute with weekly non-negotiables. I'll repeat that. Execute with weekly non-negotiables. So now you've done you've clarified what your objectives are, of your career objective. You've audited your current reality, which stands for A. They kept talking about repositioning or reposition for visibility and opportunity, and then now execute with weekly non-negotiable. So now what are you going to do? How are you going to move this forward, basically? And like we've said along there, it doesn't have to be anything, like don't stack up with all kinds of I'm going to attend maybe 10 networking events. I'm going to do you set up yourself to fail already.
Be realistic.
So just be very realistic. So whether it's one, like she mentioned a friend who had a goal to attend 2 networking events. Yours can be just one.
Yeah.
I have just one networking touch point.
Yeah.
One content per week, and that's what I'll start with. Speak, use your voice, but to make it sustainable, start small.
Don't overwhelm yourself.
Exactly. Don't overwhelm yourself. We are not running a race to win. You're not going to win prize, at least not immediately anyway.
Yeah.
So, one content, one write-up, whatever, maybe one per week. And then maybe if your goal is to maybe ramp up on a skill or take up a new line of work or something, then it could be okay. I'll do one learning activity that fits into that particular field. And basically those are the sort of things you can just take just that one thing. Of course, based on what your career objective is, just take that one thing that moves you forward, moves you closer to achieving that particular goal. For example, like the case that she was going to hold me accountable, one thing I want to do on Monday is to make the call to the certification body and really find out how do I go about this. So that's one thing I know I want to achieve next week, and I must achieve. So it's as little as that, and then at least you know that you're taking a step towards that. Yeah.
Okay, is that it?
That's it. That's it. Like Jacob said, we're going to share. We're going to make this the care model sheet, and that we have some questions they can actually ask to help you, in actually executing, or I'll say in helping you just put together your care framework. Something for yourself. So we'll put that as well, as a link, or probably we'll find a way to attach it anyway.
Yeah.
As part of this upload. But yeah, I think that's it for today.
Fantastic. Thank you guys as usual for sticking with us.
Thank you.
Please engage the video, like, subscribe, share, comment, just do all the nice things, help us grow. And we'll keep coming, giving you useful content.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Take care. Bye.